Hey guys, how are you all today? I just found a bill of exchange, or not bill of exchange, but the Stamp Act. So, like the valuation for the stamps and where you would use each stamp. So, I printed it out. I can barely read it on here, but it's got bonds, certificates, contracts and agreements, deeds or conveyances, exchange also checks, promissory notes, drafts, and letters of credit, income, profits, letters of administrative, probate or will. I didn't crack the code, but I got the here, hold on. So I don't know if you guys can read that very well, but here's like a close-up. Y'all take a screenshot. Here, I'll put the bigger one up here in a second. Y'all can screenshot that, and then you can blow it up on your phone. But this is the stamps that we need to be using. And up here in the top, which I'm sure y'all can't read from where you're at because I can't read it, it says any stamps either separate, sorry, I don't have a very good page that I'm reading from either, designed to denote the duty of a specified instrument yeah, I'm not going to be able to read this right here. Basically, though, what it says is that it is illegal not to have these stamps, whatever one that they're telling us, affixed to every check that we sign, anything that we are signing, legal documents, all of that need to have a stamp attached to it. And then down here in the bottom is telling you like the equivalents of federal currency. So we got sterling exchange, French exchange, Persian dollar, and then Brahmin. Those are the only legal. Y'all get y'all a picture of this though. Screenshot it, or you can go just Google Schedule of Stamp Duty Act. That's what I did. Yes, and every one of these, anytime you put a stamp on anything, you have to initial it and date it. Or it's null and void. It doesn't count. You have to sign it on the stamp. So how do you say your name, Elena D? Because that's my name, Elena. Except I have an I, so it's Alaina. Yeah, it says up there in the top, so hold on. It's hard for me to read it. But yeah, it okay, so I've seen your name a couple times now, and I'm like, I wonder if that's the same, like if it's pronounced the same. But yeah, so we are supposed to initial and date the stamp that we put on anything, and based on what you're doing, you would either send it registered mail or certified mail, and the difference, it matters. Registered mail, you are giving them warning, like you're putting them on notice pretty much, and certified mail is like you're putting the law down. You're putting it on the record for everyone to see. The registered is just like where you're not putting it out there for everybody. Yes, On the upper and lower, yes. I've heard that it's one on the front and then one on the back of the document. And you can do this, guys. You need to be doing it. Any court stuff that you got going on, you need to be putting a stamp on it. Any, your rent, it says you put a stamp on your, whatever your rent agreement is, you would do it the same way. So we have just been kind of going about these situations the wrong way. I had some people in my live yesterday, and they were trying to get to the same process, and we had the same process until it came to the part where they didn't want to move to the private. They just thought that all of that part was nonsense. And so I'm telling them that I think we need to do the Fedwire, and they're telling me that they're just going to get 20% of the payment and call it a day. So you can do however you choose. I'm choosing to become my own bank and handle my financials myself. I don't want anybody else to be in charge of that anymore. Yes, it is going. I think I'm going to have to pay $500 to get the ABA number is where I'm at with it. I've talked to them yesterday about getting the account set up, and basically what they told me was that you have to get your own ABA number in order to be recognized to be able to do business with Fedwire for the account. You have to get the master account. That's where I'm at with it. Yep. Went and got the certified copy of your court case. And it's a certificate, ain't it? You cash that bond in. Like, there's a court of equity, and then there's the other court, and I always forget the name of it, but they run parallel to each other, but they are different. It's still, I mean, there's a bid bond on you. So really, if I was you, I would submit a FOIA request on the judge and the prosecuting attorney to see if they stand to make any money off of your case. If they do, they have to leave the case. It's illegal at that point. They can't prove that they're not making any money, because they are. I'm in the process of waiting on some FOIA requests to get back for the same thing. Well, I don't know what you're in trouble for, but my husband, he's got some shit going on, that child support stuff. Also, it's all ridiculous. But, and not that child support's ridiculous. I mean, I think you should take care of your kid, but what they've done with that whole system is ridiculous. It truly is. Like, he was screwed before he ever had a chance. But yeah, so we need to start initialing and dating our stamps, and everything needs to go through the mail. Everything. I don't care what anybody else is telling you guys. Everything needs to go through the mail. That the Postal Service is the bank. They are all of it. They are who's the man behind the scenes. Purple. I use purple. So I posted a video today that I actually attached QR codes to. You can go to that video, and I pinned the video too. You can go to that video and scan the QR code, and it'll pull you straight up to the blank document for pretty much this entire process. So I would definitely recommend watching that video, getting those documents. It'll take you straight to the website, so you'll be able to see that it's valid. You can go to the document that I got this information from. Now, I have added things in because the process is not just as cut and dry as they are saying in the packet. You have to go through steps to get to the information that you need. You have to be non-decedent, first off. That is like the number one thing. You are not of the unalived. You are living. You are man having arms and legs. So we have to get that on the record first and foremost. Then you need to set up your trust and get your EIN. You can get your free EIN through irs.gov. And you would after you get your EIN, you want that to be for your trust account. You want to get your trust set up. You want it to get it certified. And go on about the rest of the steps. Yeah, they're not going to probably send you anything back. However, if you wanted to double check, I would probably still send it certified because it makes a difference. Like, okay, so I know a friend, very close friend, that works for the post office, and he said that they completely have a different system for the certified mail. It's not the same. So yeah, I would send the other one that you wouldn't send certified. I would go ahead and do that because that is putting it on record for everyone to see. The other way is just like giving them a warning, pretty much. I've heard you can just walk into the offices and give them to them, but I wouldn't trust that. They had this way set up for so long. There's a reason they do it that way. Just like, our stuff's not we're following the processes that they're giving us, but we're leaving stuff out. Just like the initialing the stamp and putting the date on it. That's very valuable information that people don't know. Oh, well then, yeah, you're good. I wouldn't worry about it then. If you're going to record it with the county, as long as you are getting it on record, that's the important part. That's the whole point of certified mail, is getting it through on the record. And you need the post office because those stamps, they pay taxes, but they also, because of the Stamp Act, they pay it's our currency. That's the only currency that we have here. There's also, the ones at the bottom of this page, that's the only federal currency, guys. So yeah, lawful money, thank you. Look, I have so much knowledge up here in this brain, but it just all gets jumbled up sometimes. But I am going to be looking more into the Stamp Act now that I have found it, and I'm going to find out all of the stuff. Like, I'm going to read the full thing. I've also got my friend that works for the post office to bring me home a manual, because there's a lot within there that we need to figure out. Because that's where everything lies. I think maybe we've been messing up by sending everything to the Treasury, too. I think it's the post office that we need to be sending this stuff to. Oh, yes, that would be great. Here, I'll put my email down here. But yeah, I think that we've been doing it wrong, guys. I think it's the post office that you're supposed to send all, like, when you're sending all of your information, like your letter of non-decedent, you don't send it directly to the post office. And they run so much shit, y'all. They really, truly do. I watched a video of this chick, she put it all together one day. And, oh my gosh, it blew my mind. So if you were not in here a minute ago, I was telling Elena that in order for a stamp to be valid, it needs to have anytime you use the adhesive on a stamp, it needs to have your initials and the date of use, or it's null and void. It's actually illegal, and they can charge you $500. Fun fact. And these stamps here, or this here, I don't know if y'all can see it very well. It's not a good picture, but this is the Stamp Act. This is the actual stamps for each different thing that you would need to use them for, and which stamp you would use. So like 25 cent, 50 cent, 3 cent, 1 cent. They all have different values, and they all have different uses. Bonds and bills of exchange and all of that good stuff, they all have different uses. So we want to do that. Secondly, nobody's been setting up FedWire accounts, and you have to have a processing system to become your own bank, essentially. That's what we want to do. We want to make our own bills of exchange, make our own promissory notes. I've never heard of him. I might have. I've had a lot of people going through these processes in my lives lately. And I really enjoy it because we've all got different things. We've all done different things, and it helps us come together and figure out what's going to work and what's not, you know. I've heard a couple of people recently that say that they've claimed some pretty big money. A Fedwire. F-E-D. Yes, but before you can actually do that, what you have to do is get an ABA number, which is basically your routing number. You would need to get a routing number to do business with Fedwire. But and it costs money. It costs like $500 for the application, or you can do like the second level of the application, which is, I believe, $750. You can deposit any, I think, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure you can deposit. I would be able to do the bills of exchange. I would be able to do any wire transfers, anything like that. So I'm pretty sure you could do that as well. I posted a video earlier today, but it's LexisNexis that you would do the application for that. I think it's the first pinned video on my page, actually, and I made QR codes for everything. I just Googled. So no, you're creating the credits at that point. Whenever you become the bank, you are creating the credits. I Googled schedule of Stamp Act, and this is what I got. It did take a couple Googles. I was actually looking for this for a couple hours today. I have one in a book, but it's not. It's a very old book. My daughter thought she could write in it, so I wanted a better picture than that. Oh, it was in my group, and I don't remember his name, but no, yeah, I'm not, yeah. I let them talk because people were enjoying it, and there was a lot of people in the room. I didn't want to just end it, but I don't agree with that, and I made sure to elaborate that I did not agree with that way. Everything up until the point, actually, so we had the same method up until the point where it became time to become unincorporated and get your EIN for your incorporated part. They wanted to keep operating from the public and not doing anything about like working from the private, or they were okay with them getting their cut, and I'm not anymore. What part? Because I don't think you can. This is called the Schedule of the Stamp Duty Act to get these stamps. I'm not I'm working on being in the private. However, okay, so what is going to make me become private is the fact that, so I've got my EIN for my living trust. I've got my EIN for my foreign grantor, and then I've got my EIN for you got your public foreign grantor, your trust, living trust, and then your I can't even think right now, but you get your 3 EINs, your estate, and then you will do business from your EIN, from your public side, and you will live in the private side. You file a letter of non-decedent, which is just announcing to them that you are not that lost ship, unalived. You are living man having arms and legs. You are here and you are fine. So that when you put that on the record, you want to send I have it pinned. It's in my video. I made QR codes from our trust accounts that they have been not telling us about. So in 1933, they did the Social Security Act. When they did that, what happened is they said, okay, we're going to take all of your gold and silver, which was our only legal currency, and we're going to pay your bills, because that's the only way that they would ever get everybody to hand over all of their actual currency. So they were going to pay all of our bills. Now, somewhere along the way, things got messed up. We stopped being knowledgeable about these processes. We just started letting people do these things for us. And first off, we precipitate precious metals. So like gold, silver, all of these precious metals, it comes out of our poop. And so we are entrusted to be able to precipitate these precious metals. And I know I might sound crazy, but that's real. They get $4 quadrillion yearly from us, from our sewage, okay? And do we see that? No, we pay for them to pump the sewage, okay? So why am I going to be nice and give them any of my share now? No. But we have these trust accounts that have been sitting there gaining, just acquiring and acquiring. And everything that we do, whether it be going to court or your mortgage or what have you, they are actually getting paid. So like child support, it's already paid under Section 4D of the Social Security Act. So they are getting way more than what they're supposed to. Have you established your trust account certified and put it on the record? I posted a video. No. I mean, Fidelity, you can do that, but no, this is different. This is where you are essentially going to literally become a bank for yourself. And you are going to start claiming all those credits. You are going to submit these FOIA requests, which is Freedom of Information Act request on them, and all of these agencies that you've done business with, or that anytime you've applied for something and then they put that bad mark on your credit, any of that stuff, you're going to clear all that out. You're going to start claiming these credits. Whenever you get your bills and it has like the perforated bottom edge, or perforated end on the bottom, the top part of that is a bond and the second part of that is a coupon, okay? Look up remittance. It is a coupon. So we just have to learn how to operate properly with these establishments. On my page, my videos are all on my page. The one that with the most detail on this process would be I think the first pinned video on my page. So, I'm pretty sure you got to have the FedWire account. That's where we're stuck at right now. I was under the impression at first that I could use my bank's ABA number to get this account, but that's not how it works. You got to be a bank. So it costs $500. So we are in the process of trying to get that part done. I think once we get that established, the ABA number, then it's smooth sailing from there. But that's where we're at right now. But all of the information that I've got I actually put it in the video that I've got tagged, or not tagged, but set at the top, pinned. The FEIN or whatever it is, yes. Financial something, yes, I do have that. Hold on. So, yeah, or FIN, or it's something like that. I don't exactly remember, but it's FEN maybe, whatever that is. I do have that. And then I have the EFTPS account as well. I have an LLC. Well, you're going to have to submit a FOIA request for that to find out what money you have where, you're going to have to individually mail a letter to these companies. Yeah, the coupon thing is real. Somebody in the comments, let her know. Anybody. In order to have, okay, so you have to have the system to be able to process these payments. In that video, I have it posted in that video, with the blank document and everything. Yes, it's a 501c for the non-taxable status. So that's the part where we're kind of all kind of at a standstill, because not really at a standstill. I'm at a standstill right now over $500. You have to have the system to process these payments. I don't have one that's specific to the 3 EINs. Those aren't as important to get the process started. You want to get the 1 EIN, but I do have a couple of videos. So the first pin video should be good. Just to get started and get this process started, you want your, you want to get your EIN, and then that's for your trust, your revocable living trust. So yes, do learn what you're doing with the EINs. Read and do research, because if you follow everything that everybody says, you will be in serious trouble, honestly, because everybody doesn't give good advice. Everybody doesn't know what they're doing. We're all trying to figure this out. Now, I am not just shooting in the dark. I'm going based off of what is written down on a government website is what I'm doing. So I'm not just shooting in the dark with no guidance. What makes you a private banker is whenever you become a banker and you say, okay, I'm going to operate in the private. I'm not going to be a public bank that everybody can come to. I am a private banker. That is what puts you in the private. So, are you talking to me about stolen accounts? Hello, how are you? Okay, but you don't have the system to process the payments with the federal government is the issue. Yes, we are all private bankers. We are all miners, okay? We all mine gold. But that doesn't change the fact that we don't have the processes in order to collect these funds. In order to remit these funds, we have to have a system to do so. I don't know. Usually a lot of those people that come in those lives and say they can help you and they can do this and do that, they don't ever respond. Who's using fake accounts and for what? Because ooh, okay. I will do that tonight. Department of Defense Law of War. Very interesting. The first step, I would send my letter of non-decedent. First step. You need to get it on the record. You are the living, having arms and legs. You are here. You are not lost at sea. Oh, yeah, because there's a way. All of our bills are already paid. They've already been paid. We just have to learn how to claim it. I have them in that video. I don't have anything on my phone, and my computer is over at my mother-in-law's house. But I do have everything in that video. It's all I have. I have it set up to where you just scan the QR code and it'll pull up the whole sheet directly to your phone, guys. But I am gonna have to hop off here. My daughter has school in a couple hours, and we're still in the first week. We're tired, and let me see. I need to, girl. I can tell you to reach out to maybe your ombudsman office in your state, and explain to them what's going on. They do have resources. They do have resources. You just have to know how to ask for them. Do you have any kids? Are you on food stamps by chance, or do you get Medicaid? If you do, there is a thing called the child care. It is not just for child care. It's not just for daycare, okay? Maybe I'm stupid and I didn't know this, but it is for any child care payment, anything that you are doing with child care. Yeah, there's so many options out there for people to get help. You just gotta look. Not that you don't look, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta look beyond everything else, because they're not gonna tell you. So if you need help, I can try to help you out. If you send me a message and tell me the state that you live in, I'll look up some resources for you. Because one time I got my rent paid for a year and 3 months from the state. Yeah, you can. There's probably something somewhere. There's a law heap somewhere. And those are difficult. But y'all, I'm telling you, I literally, like, a year ago had my rent paid for a year and 3 months. And my electric got like $1,000 something put on it. Okay, then you can get housing help. Girl, I promise you, especially DV survivor, me too, girl. I've had a domestic violence order for 9 years. Texas is a difficult one because they are kind of like separate. I'm in a Commonwealth, so I'm like, it's all Commonwealth crap. So, I'm in Kentucky. I will do some research for you guys. I am going to get a couple hours of sleep. I'll be back on early in the morning. Like I said, I got to get my daughter off to school. She could start at like 7:30. So I will be back if you guys are still up. Mine, it was a 3-year order that I originally got. And every 3 years I went and renewed it. But this last time the judge signed it before I even got to the courtroom, because it's been almost 10 years and he just still won't stop. So, well, for my page, I'm going to be doing subscription lives. I'm going to start doing those at least once a week, where I will have a lot more one-on-one time, a lot more room for people to ask questions and get the stuff that they need. Absolutely, I will be back and I'll have more information on all this stuff. So you guys just message me, and if you want to join the subscriptions, we will be doing live subscriptions now. Thanks, Elena. Just through TikTok, or you can join my team, and that'll give you the link to my Discord. Up there in the top, hit the heart, and then you will be connected to my Discord. I'll give you a second if you want to.